Welcome friends, new and old alike. In this video I will be sharing my recent 7-day sacred secretion process with you, and it's been very much a different experience than when I was just recognizing the 3 or the 4 days. This is the second month that I've practiced 7 days, and like I said, an extremely different outcome, and I can say it's actually not a 7. Actually, it continues on because it actually continued into a 12, which makes sense, but I'll get into that a little bit later. What I want to say is, ask and it shall be given, seek and ye shall find, and knock and the door will be open unto you. It doesn't have a doorknob. You can't open it and walk into it. You have to knock, and the other side is where the doorknob is, and it gets opened for you. And the door doesn't get opened unless you are truly seeking. That's the key. It's all in your intent. Now, what I'm about to say is not meant to pull anyone down and try to make them feel bad. But I must say this because it's just danger in the end if you don't heed what I'm saying. Many people have come and said about the 3-day, saying, "Oh, I don't understand what happened. I stopped having sex. I stopped eating meat and didn't drink alcohol for 3 days and nothing happened." And honestly, I sit here and I go, well, I mean, what was supposed to happen? And my first question to people are, well, did you only stop doing it for those 3 days and expect some kind of huge, ordeal to happen? Because I mean, it could. I'm not saying that it can't work that way. I'm saying that it's less likely to work that way. You have to work for everything that is of worth. You need to put effort into to gain it. So again, not to discourage, but it's just truth. Don't ask quote unquote God, higher power, divine consciousness to guide your footsteps if you're not willing to even move your feet. You just want it to be dropped into your lap. It doesn't work that way. You can have all of the faith in the world that this process is true and factual, but without putting in the work, you're not going to get the fruits of your labor. Faith without works is dead. Now, in my opinion, if you're doing this process, if you're practicing this ritual, you're seeking something, some sort of treasure. And what I have to tell you is the treasure's here, and we're here, and 3 days kind of gets you somewhere halfway. And I mean, it's not right to expect that like the treasure's just going to float up into the air and follow the path and come and drop it to you. That's not going to work. You have to put in the effort. You can't just do it, I want to say half rear-ended. Can't do that if you want the treasure. True enough, doing this, all of the path that you did go, you're gaining things the whole way. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, like, if you can't make it here, don't try at all. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is don't be surprised if you only do things halfway, that you only get a little bit of the treasure and not the full payload. I'd like to say that even though I'm telling you that your process needs to be twice as long as what many people are saying, don't say that you can't. At least try. Set out to do it. Just don't say I'm not going to do it because I can't make it. At least try. I mean, if you can do it for 3 days and nothing happened, then next time go 4 days. Keep trying, and eventually you will get there. Because here's what I'm going to say in all love and truth. What we're not doing on those special days, we're not supposed to be doing all the other days of the month as well. Okay? It's just getting us ready, priming us up, getting us in a mindset to be the pure light individuals that we are, and seek the source that we came from. So again, I don't want to discourage and say, nope, it has to be 7 days, or else you're not gonna. You'll get things doing 3. You'll get things doing 7. And as I've discovered, it's not just 7. It continues on. So it's just a process that's continuous. And the last thing that I have to touch on before I begin, I realize I'm being extremely anal retentive, but I feel extremely responsible when people come and watch my content, and then they do they do things with it, and then they get an outcome that's not a righteous outcome. So I feel that I have to do this, and I'll be as quick as possible. This verse: if I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and be enlightened to all of my questions and have all of my knowledge imparted into me, and if I have faith that this process works, that I can move mountains and do whatever I set out to accomplish, but I don't have love, I am nothing. And I tell you again, truly, if you're doing this process and you're not grounded in that great big heart in the center of the screen, you're going to fail, and it's very dangerous. You're getting into very dangerous territory when you're only looking to find out knowledge, mysteries, answers. Set yourself in a position that's higher than others, and not good. So here's my official warning about what your intent is while you're doing the sacred secretion. Bad intentions will bring the fruit of your labor, even if you are not aware that that's what your intention is. I'm telling you to stop right now and look at all of the options and ask yourself honestly if any of those have anything to do with why you're doing what you're doing. As I said, if you are doing it to, oh my goodness forbid, sit yourself in a seat and say that now you're one of the 44,000 special soldiers of quote-unquote God that's here, or an enlightened race form that are the 144 beings of light that have come here, and you've singled yourself out and set yourself up as being special now, or if you're in it because you just want to have fame, success, money, glory, and any of those things, honestly seek your heart, because if any of those apply, you are going to reap the benefits, and you will get glory, you'll get fortune, you'll get fame, you'll get success, and money, and that's about all that you'll get, though, and it will turn around and seriously bite you. I suggest you be like this cool little dude and go here. Really cool waterfalls this way. All of the bad intentions, fame, boy, blah, blah, that way. Yes, go towards the waterfalls. If you don't heed my word, I promise you, you will be in trouble. This will come and get you. I'm not lying. You will get bitten by the snake, and you will then be under his control. Its control. I don't want to give it male, female, because it's male and female. It's both. But I tell you truly, if your intentions are, as I explained before, whether you know it or not, be wary, because you will get bit. You will get bit. And I tell you, you will not like it. I've seen people, and it's not good. Ultimately, they turn into Smeagol. I'm so woke. I know it. I'm special. I'm so special. It's not good, folks. I tell you, be careful. With every prayer that you offer up, let it begin with, please keep me humble and grounded, and let me know that I am no more special than anyone else on this earth. We don't want to be like Smeagol, a know-it-all. I got prophecies to tell. God speaks to me. I'm special. Blah 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 blah. All of the other stuff. Nope. We want to be this: a big ball of light that receives light and gives light, receives truth and emits truth, receives love and emits love. We ultimately need to learn how to take in negative energy into ourselves and transmute it into positive energy and then spit it back out at people. That's the ultimate goal. But we want to look like this and not like Smeagol. All good intentions. Ground yourselves in love, compassion, and understanding for all, and then you'll be given the keys to the higher kingdoms, I promise you. Your intent makes your actions, and those actions equal results. Manifestation. Your intent influences all your actions, which influences your results, whether good or bad, whether you realize them or whether you don't. If you haven't subscribed, click the red button below, and also make sure you click the little bell to get notifications, comment, like, and share. Also, if you're able, please show your support with donations with the links provided below. All amounts are greatly needed at this time, and I will say that it will be returned to you 1,000-fold. Alright, I realize that was an extremely long intro, but as I said, I feel responsible, so I had to put it out. Now, I will begin to share with you my wonderful experience. Now, because it was requested, I'm actually going to go through and tell you specifically what I did each day for the 7 days, and what occurred during those times. And to be able to explain this more thoroughly to people such as myself, who is extremely indoctrinated into the Christian religion, I'm going to utilize the story of Joshua and Jericho. So this is practicing my 7-day secretion, the 7 chakras, 7 days of creation, and my 7-day journey in Jericho. Alright, now, this story came to me probably on the first day of my Christos. Maybe even the idea came to me in the void before the moon entered into Cancer. But at any rate, this happens with me a lot during Christos. I'll be led to a certain story and it fits exactly, and well, it was meant to be. So, okay, Joshua 2:1. Then Joshua, son of Nun, secretly sent 2 spies from the acacia grove, saying, "Go inspect the land, especially Jericho." So they went and they entered the house of a prostitute named Rahab, and they stayed there. Now, this is definitely going to be a 2-part thing, because this video is about the number 7 and the 7 chakra. Actually, the story of Joshua, anybody who's familiar with the Bible, they know it's actually a story about 12, about the 12 stones and the Jordan, but at any rate, I'm pull back here, and we're going to start off with this and the 7, which in my opinion, it's the 7 chakra, which are all attached to our earthly, physical, fleshly body. Alright, now, just for anybody who doesn't know, Nun in Hebrew is fish. Okay, fish in Greek it is your Christos, or your oil, your sacred oil. Acacia, see, this is something that was I wasn't even aware of until I started to pull it up to make the video. And I said, from the acacia grows, huh? I dig it. Acacia grows DMT, 2 spies from the DMT grows. And we'll get into that in a second. But Jericho, the first part of the name Jericho is associated with the inhaling of universally available air or breath, moving breath. The second part of the name means the city that travels or companions with the moon. So, in my opinion, only my opinion, everyone, it's all subjective, but this is my truth. Jericho is a representation of our body that travels with the cycles of the moon, i.e. the sacred secretion times for spiritual birth and physical ovulation cycle for the physical birth. Both travel with the moon, both cities or both entities or areas, okay? Both travel with the moon, as above, so below, as below, so above, as within, so without, as without, so within. Okay, now, as I said, I wasn't aware of the acacia deal with this, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, yay! And I super spun off and made all of this cool diagram. So I hope you guys can follow along with me, but I feel that it's important to share. Okay, so serotonin is what is produced in our wakefulness and when we walk around. All right, melatonin, the serotonin turns into melatonin as we sleep. And yes, the serotonin we get from the light, it's determined on how much sunlight we get. I won't spin off on chemtrails, but just so that you're aware. Okay, so serotonin and the sun, this is when we're awake, and wakefulness is what's happening. When we go to sleep, it's turned into melatonin, okay? And then when we get into deep sleep or REM sleep or in deep meditation, small, very, very, very small, minute amounts of DMT get released, all right? Also, huge amounts get released when people have near-death experiences or extremely traumatic, like big doses. And then also hallucinogenics, like I personally, at many dead concerts way back in the day, psilocybin mushrooms, whew, full out, could see things that were going to happen. At any rate, okay, so look, the acacia tree contains both serotonin and melatonin, i.e. giving you this DMT. Honey from the flowers of the acacia tree is still used by many ancient and current shamanic peoples in spiritual rituals. Anybody who's watched my other video about John the Baptist and Jesus, a sacred secretion story, he was, remember, he ate locust and wild honey. It's from the acacia tree. And P.S., every time that you see acacia, it has to do with the sacred secretion and an ark. It's also shittim, the shittim wood or gopher wood, acacia. So all of those, you see it here with Joshua. As I said, John the Baptist was eating honey out of that place. Noah, the ark, yes, that was made out of the acacia wood. The Ark of the Covenant itself, that is walking around, made of that. So this is trying to, all of these stories that we've heard, they're the same story, just told in a different way. Just different characters. Same play, different characters. Okay, so within the pineal gland, serotonin is exfoliated and then methylated to yield melatonin. Okay, your conscious mind, like I said, wakefulness, your serotonin is my opinion, this is what I was, quote unquote, enlightened to. Okay, this is my truth. Serotonin, wakefulness, is your conscious mind. Okay, when you're up and you're aware, like your conscious mind, your muscle memory, you and your body. All right. melatonin, sleeping, subconscious mind kicks in, which is spirit-led, not body-led anymore. In my true opinion, those two spies that were hanging out in the acacia groves that Joshua sent, or the two witnesses, are in fact your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. Yes, both of those, your body knows what it's done all day long, and your subconscious, your mind knows what's been going on. You can't fool these two. They're the perfect spies. Okay, now I will regress and pull back and go on to the story. Alright, now that we've established that DMT or Christos is involved, I'm going to go ahead and touch on this. Now, Jericho, which, remember, is the living, breathing city, the city that draws in breath, the living, breathing city that travels with the moon, the body, was tightly shut up because of the Israelites. No one went out and no one came in. No light came in, no light went out. And the Lord said to Joshua, Behold, I have delivered Jericho and its king and fighting men into your hands. March around the city with all the men of war circling the city one time, and do this for 6 days. Have 7 priests carry 7 trumpets of ram's horns in front of the ark. Then, on the 7th day, march around the city again 7 times, while the priests blow the trumpets. And when there is a long blast of the ram's horn, and you hear its sound, have all the people give a mighty shout. Then the wall of the city will collapse, and all the people will go up, each man straight ahead. The city walls are those first 7 things that I showed you in the beginning of the video. Those are the 7 deadly sins. Remember, everything is polarized. For these 7 chakras, there's 7 good aspects, 7 bad aspects. Those 7 deadly sins represent the wall, the boundary. Those 7 priests are your 7 gifts of the Spirit. Those are the good things that you want to work with. All right? All right, fast forward now to chapter 6. Joshua got up early the next morning, and the priest took the ark of the Lord. P.S. I just want to say that I underlined, and in a little bit there's going to be some highlighted things. All of these things have meaning. Very much they have meaning, and you should look into them a little bit further. And the 7 priests, carrying the 7 trumpets, kept marching ahead of the ark of the Lord and sounding the trumpets. The armed troops went in front of them, and the rear guard followed the ark of the Lord while the priest kept sounding the trumpets. You see your trumpets? All 7 of your trumpets here, all 7 of the chakras. So, on the 2nd day, they marched around the city once, and then they returned to camp. They did this for 6 days, and so did Kathy during her 7-day sacred secretion. On this day, in the root chakra, I made root chakra sounds, I ate root chakra foods, I dressed in red, listened to tones and music and things that were root chakra centered, and I went around the city once, and probably did about maybe 15 minutes of lambs, L-A-M's. Actually, it's lam. It's all about moving the air. All about moving the air. That's why it's Jericho, the breathing city that moves air and is in sync with the moon. All about tones and frequencies, just like Tesla, said you want to figure things out, figure the universe out, and God think in ways of frequency and vibration. That's the key. Okay, so on the 7th day, they got up at dawn and they marched around the city 7 times in the same manner. That was the only day that they circled it 7 times. And I did that exact thing. Each day of my sacred secretion, I did each one. I circled this one day, this one the 2nd day, this one the 3rd day, this one the 4th day, this day the 5th day, the 6th day, and then on the 7th day, I did all of the sounds, and all of the foods were integrated, colors, so forth, so on. I'll show you a minute on that, exactly each day, how it all turned out, and exactly what I ate and stuff. Verse 16, by the way, 1 plus 6 is 7. After the 7th time around, the priest blew the trumpet, and Joshua commanded the people, "Shout, for the Lord has given you the city. Now you are in control of your physical self, the body, and all of the chakras that are included therein." And just to be thorough, I'm not going to read all of these. I'm just going to scroll it extremely fast, and you can stop if you wish, because I have underlined, I have highlighted certain things, gave a few hints here and there, but I just wanted to show this because this is more, it's more proof to me about special things happening on the 7th day. My argument for practicing 7 days, not 3 days. This is especially for Roz because she requested this and wanted to know exactly what I did on each day. And now that I look at it, I can see totally my Virgo rising and how extremely anal retentive I am, because I put absolutely every detail. Actually, I didn't put every detail. I had to stop myself. I pulled myself back from putting even more information in this creation that you see before you. Yeah, so thanks to the Virgo, and also thanks to Mercury, which went back on the regular course yesterday, so communication is back on. And also, I wasn't even aware of it, but today is the 29th, which, if you add that together, it's an 11, which I'm all about the 11th master number. Yay! Let's do some affirmative action stuff. I'm all about it. And if we add the month into it, it's a 3 month, so 3 plus the double ones gives us a 5, which is change. Also a really, really good day to give and receive information and make and receive change. And then if we add the year in, which is a 3-year, it makes it an 8, an infinity. All very good numbers. So today must be the day for all of this to happen. Alright, on day 1, I worked on the root chakra. I dressed in red. I ate all red foods and root vegetables, potatoes and beets, things that are in the roots, have roots, rooted vegetables. I have a little light that has all of the different colors in it, so on that day, all day, I had my little red light shining. I have a little bowl of crystals, and I had it shining through all my crystals and runes and stones and things. Meditated 3 times. I said 3 times because let me explain a little bit. Every day when I get up before somewhere around mid-morning, I always am just drawn to be thankful and thank for the day, what I have, etc., etc. Sit in stillness and quiet, and I ask for strength, etc., etc. I do that at least 3 times a day, if not more times a day. So, like me writing this is just like an estimation, and everybody's different. So please don't think that you're supposed to follow this, verbatim. Just like take my ideas and try to, create your own calendar. So, okay, make sure that you pull out meditation times. I usually do it for like probably 5 minutes. It's like 15 minutes a day, honestly, on a normal basis. But during this 7-day period, 3 times a day. But one of those times, I practiced my LAMs, all about moving the air, for 15 minutes on that day. Now that's me walking around the city of Jericho that first day, and then going back and sitting down. I play music according to that day. I also search out for all negative, positive aspects and balance them accordingly. And this is all about breaking down the walls of Jericho, breaking down the walls of Babel. All of the walls are barriers. Nothing comes in or leaves. No truth or light gets in or comes out. So you have to bust the walls down. The very first one, what I mean by searching for all negative and positive aspects of those areas, that root chakra is all about survival, stability, courage, the will to live, will to keep going, strength, and security. Now, personally, I'm a very, very musical person. I receive a lot out of listening to music, dancing to music, the lyrics in music, and I'm going to play one little clip from what I listened to on that day, on each one of these days. And for me, that's the best way to get your energy going. It doesn't have to be the song that I play. You guys find your own song, but you'll see what I'm saying. Find songs that go along with those feelings, with stability, courage, strength, survival, and listen to those and let the frequencies and the vibrations uplift you. music and frequency. See, didn't that like kick you into survival, total root mode? All right. So for day 2, Sacral Day, I dressed in orange. I ate orange foods, orange-colored foods, orange peppers, oranges, and many seeds. This is the seed. This is where your sacral seed is. So you want to eat lots and lots of seeds. Again, I had my orange light lit over on my little desk with my crystals and things. A candle is fine. Did the meditation, practice my VOMs, air movement, walking around for the second time around the city of Jericho. Music accordingly, and also besides these pump up musics that I'm talking about, I didn't list it, but at night there's certain frequencies for each one of these that I'll list in the description box, so that I listen to them, different ones when I sleep, and they help tremendously. Search again for all negative, positive aspects and balance them accordingly. Like, we need our survival and our will and our strength and our courage. We just can't let it overwhelm us. We need to be sensual, creative, respectful to your own boundaries and other people's boundaries. This is all about vitality, the seed of life. And one of my very favorite creative songs is Gorillaz, It's Dare. Creative song. I can't help but every time that it's on to get up and dance. I love that song. And again, all about vibration and moving air. If you get up and you sing to songs and you dance and I'm telling you, world of difference. You know, it says that David danced a lot in the Bible when he was praising the Lord. Did a lot of dancing and was a master musician. Okay, now on to day 3, the solar plexus, and I realized that I wrote it in yellow and it's very hard to see, but it basically says the same thing as all of the other ones did. I dressed in yellow, I ate yellow foods, especially sun-bathed fruits, lemons, limes, oranges, anything that needs immense amount of sun. Also, the yellow light, the yellow candle again, meditation 3 times. One of those times for 15 minutes, I went around the city on the 3rd day and practiced my ROMs. ROM. For as long as you can. Big deep breath, and all of these times that I'm saying do your VAMs, your ROMs, your LOMs, all of these things, you take a great big deep breath in, and the thing is you try to from the bottom to the top hold that. Actually, all of them that have the M at the end, you should be doing it so much that when you're done, your bottom and your top lip are tingling and numb, and that's how you know that your body's vibrating the correct way. And of course, music accordingly, and negative positive aspects balance those accordingly. Qualities related to the solar plexus are all about who you are, your personality. It also is ego, intellect, self-confidence, courage, and strength. Finished. I'm pretty sure under the 60-minute mark. All right, day 4 is the heart chakra. I dressed in all green, and P.S. my favorite color is green, which is followed by blue, which is followed by yellow. So I dressed all in green. I ate a lot of leafy green vegetables, spinach and kale, green grapes, kiwi. Again, my green light, my candle, meditation. The 4th day around Jericho is yum, yum. Okay, did that for 15 minutes. Played music accordingly as I slept, the different frequencies, and during the day, the music to pump me up. Also, search for all negative and positive aspects in that area, balanced accordingly. And your heart chakra is all about love. Love, love, love. Boom, ba-dum, dum. Okay, positive aspects: generous, understanding, harmonious, full of empathy, compassion, love, love, love. Negative aspects: jealous, green, indifferent, no empathy, non-empathetic, and the desire to obtain in a negative way the love of money or of any other anything that's not righteous. On day 5, the throat chakra. I dressed in all blue. I ate blue, purple type foods, plums, blueberries, raspberries, and also soothing foods like honey, coconut water, lemon, and also your olive oils and your things. It's all about lubrication and soothing the throat, the throat area. The blue light candle, meditated 3 times. Out of one of those 3 times, I practiced my hums. Music accordingly. Search all negative, positive aspects, and balance and align them as needed. Now, blue rules your communication. It's how you say, how you feel. It's you speaking your truth, articulating what you need, what you don't want. It's speaking your truth from a very comfortable, positive place. Positive aspects: loyal, tactful, trustworthy, peaceful, and the negative would be unfaithful, untrustworthy, and self-righteous, always talking about themselves, or not being a humble type person. And for the next clip from my music that I like to listen to for the throat chakra day, it's probably my favorite song out of all of these songs. Own your truth. Speak it loudly.
Last days last by the grace of the oh.
Third eye chakra day. I dressed in violet. I ate purple veggies and fruit. Lots of coconut water. Pineapple is wonderful for the pineal gland. Tons and tons and tons of spring water with a little bit of lemon, a little bit of sea salt, a little bit of baking soda. Also, I added in here, I also drank lots of spring water, the same during that second day, the sacral chakra. Both of those areas are water areas. You need to make sure that you drink plenty of water. Also, more seeds on the third eye day for your omega-3s. Purple light candles. Meditated 3 times, practiced or marched around my city of Jericho for the 6th day, blowing my horns, saying my ohms. I do that for 15 minutes, music accordingly, search for negative, positive aspects, balance and align. And the third eye is for self-responsibility. The positives are high intuition, very intuitive, fearless, articulate, faithful. The negative aspects are being fearful, intolerant of other people's opinions or views, inconsiderate, depressed, very impractical in their theories and judgments and ideas, like super fantastical, judgmental of others, although theirs they know are completely correct and true. Basically, it's ego driven on the negative side. And also, I want to say that I'm going to leave links for all of the little clips of songs that I played in the description box, along with all of the ohms, the hums, lums, rums, yums, all of those, so that you can practice along with them. In the villa, or home, or temple, or house, or Jericho of all men, lies a solitary candle between your eyes. Last album, and very, very, very deep and very esoteric. Really, you should watch the video and look at the video that has the words so that you can dissect it all. Very, very esoteric. Okay, crown chakra, day 7. I dressed all in lavender. I ate all of the foods that I had the 6 days previous, and just had a feast. I had all of the different colors combined, kind of like Joseph and the 7 coat of all of the different colors. I just combined it. I combined all the colors, all my vegetables, fruits, rices, grains. It was delicious, and I had an awesome time. The lavender light was on. I practiced all of the chants or mantras for 5 minutes each. The last one being the ah, and I did them all in the bathtub. I don't know why I was led to do that. I put all my crystals in my water, and on my 7th day, I did a bathing ritual. I don't know why, I just did it, and for 5 minutes, I did each one of the things. I went around the city 7 times. I did it in the bathtub, though, and it was odd because I sat up for the root chakra, and then scoot down into the tub a little bit for the sacral chakra, and then had the water cover my solar plexus. Then I went further, had the water cover my chest, until finally I was all the way with my ears underneath of the water, and doing my ahs underneath of the water. I don't know why I did it, but yeah, I did, and it was awesome. It was awesome. I meditated and enjoyed the entire day. I danced, I sang, I listened to music all day. I ate all of the different foods, and literally that day, almost by script, almost to the exact hour, because the cancer started at like 5 o'clock in the evening on the first day. So somewhere around 4 or 5 o'clock on the 7th day, my daughter comes in the door and she goes, "Look, Mom, here's a package for you. Someone loves you." And I said, "Oh." I was like, I know no one who loves me on this earth besides my children. Who could it be? So I looked at the box, and it was a beautiful little care package from my friend Lisa. And this isn't a really good picture of it, but this is my little table that's set on on the east end of my house with my Himalayan sea salt crystal that I have a light bulb inside of that heats up so that it puts out positive ions. And here's that little light that I was telling you about with the bowl with my crystals in it. This is a little ancient oil lamp, and this is what I wanted to show you right here. It's not a good picture. I guess I should have got a better picture, Lisa. I'm sorry, but Lisa is an artist, and I didn't know she did calligraphy, but she wrote these beautiful little cards, and this one here was the very first thing I opened, and it says Lucinda Carpe, which is something that I was given. I woke up from a dream saying that name, which means that I'm supposed to seize or gather illumination. So that's what I got on the 7th, almost at the identical hour. It was absolutely beautiful. I skipped over my lightnings and my earthquakes. I forgot to tell you that once I got out of the tub, after I went around the city 7 times, I was sitting on the floor, Indian style, and there was tones in the background, but I was sitting in silence and giving thanksgiving, and joy was coming over me, and I honestly got earthquakes all over my body. I was shaking all over my body as if I was freezing to death, but I just got out of the warm tub, and I was not cold, but I couldn't keep myself from trembling. I felt electricity or lightning tingling all throughout my body, especially in the upper part, and top of my head, my forehead, all of that, lightheaded, tingly. It felt absolutely tremendous. I actually got up off of the floor after a while, and I started to walk out to the kitchen and had to grab onto the counter. It literally felt like I was drinking or on some kind of medication or drug. So I tell you honestly that the vibrations and the sounds and the tones and all of that, it definitely does work. It works if you work it. It was an amazing thing. But now I also need to go and say, now that was the 7th day. I want to show you something here. Way back here on these, here, let me make it a little bit smaller. Alright, back here on these first 3 days, my 1, 2, 3 days, again, it went right along like almost textbook. It was a testing time, 3 days in darkness, or 3 days in Egypt. On the very first day, I'm not going to get into what happened, but a testing time. A friend. On the second day, an acquaintance or someone, an associate, not really a friend. Every once in a while, a person came around, and it was another testing, a very, very bite-your-lip testing time. And the third, and the most difficult one, was the last one, the third, and that was a family member. And that was very difficult, but I made it through. And actually ended up with that family member saying, wait, I need to hug you for at least a full 11 seconds before I let you out the door. I love you and always will, and gave a big forehead kiss. And that's how those 3 days ended. But surely there was, it was a time of testing. I want to show you this as well. The moon stays in a sign for approximately 2 days, 2.5 days. And this is another confirmation that, yep, 7 days. It's definitely a 7-day cycle. day 1 and day 2, I was in Cancer. Day 3 and day 4, I was in Leo. Day 5 and, 1 and 2, Cancer. 3 and 4, Leo. 5 and 6, Virgo. And 7 into 8 was Libra. And this was my 7th, this was my 7th day. All of those, if you watch the other video about cell salts and how you always need at least 3 cell salts because of the time that you were in the womb, but usually people need like 4, sometimes up to 6. This also correlates with it. Doing it the 7 days, I also integrated all of my cell salts, the foods that correlate with each one of these, into my diet as well. So I wanted to add that. Day 7, positive, reverence for all life, humanitarian, great mental power, outstanding. Negative, 2 open aspects, feeling superior, fanatical, no concern of others, lack of content reality, and probably practicing black magic at this point. Yes. Definitely there's always polar opposites. We're all magicians. It's just what your intent is that you're using behind that magic. I'm sorry, you are all magicians. You're all gods. It says so in the scripture. You're all gods. Now I'm finished, but I do want to say that after the 7th day, just like Joshua, I used as a reference story. The story goes on because, we go and crossing the Jordan and the 12 stones. After you get your first 7 chakra down, your physical chakras, then it allows you to move in to the next door or the next gateway to open up the next 5 chakras, the five helpers, or the 5 priests, or the 5 holy men. And I accidentally, I don't want to even say accidentally, because I pretty much practice Christos every day, all day, and have been doing it for about a year, except for not the 7-day thing and not the chanting. But at any rate, my 8th and the 9th went into Scorpio, the next sign. The 10th and the 11th day, Sagittarius. The 12th into the 13th day, Capricorn, which lands directly on the opposite spectrum because my birthday is June 23rd, and Christmas, like my birthday is summer solstice, and then Christmas is winter solstice. So it lines up perfectly, and I did have a lot of things that occurred. Everything happened after the 7. Everything happened after the 7. And I've said before that I'm a dreamer. I've always had dreams, vivid dreams. They stop and then they come back. Some are reoccurring. But I specifically have been praying before I go to sleep, to remember my dreams so that I'm able to utilize it to heal myself and then tell other people what I heard and how I healed myself, so possibly it might be a path for them to get on to heal themselves and help further people. Okay, so with that being said, I dream every night. I love to go to sleep because I'm aware that I dream. I just do not remember them, but I know that I'm learning things, and I always know that I have learned it and I'm on the right side of it. Okay, so on the seventh day, I had a dream, and I asked to please be able to remember it, and I woke up and I did. It was very vivid, and I'm not going to tell you about all of the things except for it meant I'm just not even going to get into it. It was all meant for me personally. All right, so that was on the 7th day. The 8th day and the 9th day and the 10th day, I dreamt, but I did not remember any of those dreams. It was kind of like the 3 days in darkness of the previous chakras. Like, I did dream, I was learning, but I don't remember. I don't remember any of them. Then the 11th day, the 12th day, and then this morning when I woke up, the 13th day, I dreamt and I remembered them. Now the one that I got on the 7th and the next one that I got, they matched. They were different in imagery, but they were the same exact theme, and I know what it means now. The next one, the next day, I had a dream, and it was all I could remember was 1, 2, 3, 3, 6, 9. Yep, some kind of formula, and this is how you do it, and not only how you do it, but that's how you do everything. And I was like, wow, but I don't remember the instructions. So all I can remember is 1, 2, 3, and I remember thinking they're all threes, because sometimes a 3 is going to give you the 3 times, or 2 times 3 is going to give you the 6. 3 times 3 is going to give you the 9. So, and then that's where I stopped. But that was the next day. Then the following day, I got another dream, and where am I at? I'm mixed up on dreams. I think that I'm into the 12th or 13th. That was this morning dream. No, the 12th day. This was yesterday's dream that I remembered. Couldn't remember what the dream was, but I woke up saying Misty Dawn, Misty Dawn. And I was like, Misty Dawn. That's ironic, because, and it's not ironic, it's because our memories do that to pull things in. I remember when I was 11 years old, there was a little girl who lived down the street, and her name was Misty Dawn. She was from Kentucky, and I remember her because she said, "Ooh, I can't do that. My mom will give me a whooping." And I said, wow, that sounds bad. I know what a whipping is, and it's bad over here, so I'm pretty sure a whooping's got to be read along the same thing. So, Misty Dawn, that's the very first thing I thought. Then I go and I look up, because I'm like, no, it's an esoteric meaning, and I know, obviously, dawn, dawning of the day, the myth, water, spirit. But, so I go and I look on the internet to look it up, and the next thing that I find is, the first thing I find is Misty Dawn porn star. And I'm like, wow, okay, well, keep on searching, Kat. So I did, and I found the esoteric meaning, and yes, it was beautiful. The mist is spirit, like it says in the Bible in the beginning. There was no rain, it was just mist and dew. And that's usually at top of the mountain is mist and dew and higher elevations, and the dawn, the morning dawn. So I was very, very happy to be given that word on my 12th day of my secret secretion. Now, this is the 13th day today, and I didn't realize it until I was almost done here making this video, but I wrote down, because I woke up last night every 2 hours, and I remembered because they were double digits on every time that I woke up, and I remember thinking, and they were on 2-hour intervals. So I wrote down those numbers, and true to form, my mind, my subconscious was really prepping for this video. I woke up once at 1:33 a.m., I woke up once at 3:22 a.m., and I woke up once at 5:11 a.m. And I was like, yeah, I remember it. And about an hour ago, I added up all of those numbers, and I was like, oh, that's why I woke up. 1:33 is a 7. 3:22 is a 7. 5:11 is a 7. 777. My mind was telling me it's all about the sevens, Kath. All about the sevens, and you got the power of sevens with you. So, to me, that was miraculous. It was wonderful. I can't describe the feeling by doing the 7-12 day process versus a 3 day. It's wow, I'm like a little kid with big wide open eyes and very hungry for more. And the song that I'm feeling is almost indescribable. Video, I want to point out that as soon as it said freedom is mine, it was at 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. It was all ones. I love synchronicities. I wish you all peace and love, knowledge, wisdom, healing, and bust down those walls. Bust down the walls of Jericho, Babel, take back your power, vibrate at the higher vibrations. Peace and love, you guys.